Let's make these delicious and easy crunchy gingerbread cookies. So we start off by adding the baking soda, the salt, and the spices to the flour. Give that a good mix and set it to the side. Then we move on to creaming the butter. If you have a stand mixer, I highly recommend you use that, but if you don't, let's just do it the old school way. I take that back. This would not be considered old school. Old school is having that whisk in your hand and going at that butter until your arm wants to fall off. And no, I am not doing that right now. So anyway, once your softened butter has been whisked until it's light in color and fluffy, then you go ahead and add in the sugar and continue whisking until it's well incorporated. Make sure to check the sides and the bottom of the bowl. And next we add in the egg, making sure to whisk well before adding in the dry ingredients. At some point while you're whisking the butter, it will be quite lumpy, making it hard for you to continue whisking. That's when you switch it for the spatula. So you want to make sure that you're scooping all the way to the bottom of the bowl so there are no pockets of flour. When you're done with that, split the cookie dough into 2 portions, wrapping each one in cling film and let that refrigerate for no less than 3 hours. Mush it up together with your hands or just use the cling film to shape it into a rectangle or a circle. Doesn't really matter. After 3 hours, generously flour your working surface and roll out one of the refrigerated cookie dough to a thickness of 1/4 of an inch. In case it happens that your dough is quite firm, just leave it out for a few minutes until it softens up a bit, and then you can proceed to rolling it out. At some point while you're rolling out the dough, it will start to break on the sides. Don't worry about it, just pinch it back together and keep on rolling. And try as hard as you can to make sure that while you're rolling out the dough, you're doing so evenly. So you should not you should not have one part be higher than the other. It should all have equal width. Then go ahead and cut out your cookie shapes. What I found helped to create less of a mess while transferring the cutout cookie to the parchment lined baking tray was that instead of taking out the cookie shapes after, making the shapes on the cookie dough, I dragged the cookie all the way to the edge of my working surface and laid it on a spatula and then put it on the parchment paper. So cut out all your cookie shapes, and when that is done, do not throw away the leftover cookie dough. Just roll it into another bowl, wrap it up in cling film, put it back in the fridge, and once it's ready to use, go ahead and, make more cookies. And your cookies are ready for baking, which will be done at 347 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. If you want the cookies to be super crunchy, bake it for a little longer, so about 17 minutes. But if you're okay with them not so crunchy, 15 minutes should do it. And that's it. Our crunchy gingerbread cookies are done. I hope you try out this recipe and that you will love it and come back again.